Okay, so here we go. First of all, you have Blackout Kick. This is a finisher, just like Eviscerate. It's a little weaker, it's a little easier to set up. If you stand in front of a target, it will heal you for 20% of the damage it deals. So for me it's like 7,000 with just 2 dancing steals, okay, crits of 16,000. If I stand behind, it will deal 20% extra damage as a dot. You can see there, 5,000 when I crit 100k, so take 4 times, so 20,000, so it's 20% damage. That's about it for Blackout Kick. The second one is Chi Wave, is the talent I showed you earlier, and this is what it heals with just 1 dancing steel proc. So it's very good. It's an 8-second cooldown. You have Expel Harm as well for extra healing, and it just heals so much. It's just way too strong to pick up over, or it's just too strong for you to be able to pick Sense Sphere or Chi Burst over it. Then you have it deals damage too, and it has like a little delay. Just making sure to include that. So if you're far enough away from a monk, he will not be able to heal. Okay, I've found another target, but basically it just heals him once because you're too far away. So keep that in mind. Crackling Jade Lightning. This is basically a channel damage. It deals okay damage. It is usable while rooted, so he can still deal quite a bit of damage. And it also generates Chi as well, a 35% chance, so it's not very reliable. But it does knock you back if they take damage while they are channeling it. So if they're channeling it and you're on Blade's Edge, be careful. Just stay away from the edges and you will probably be fine. Detox, it's basically our cleanse. It removes poison and disease effects. Basically you can remove a rogue's poisons, like his roots, or not his stun, because you can't use it while stun. But you can basically remove like his poisons, deadly poison. It removes all of them, so that's helpful. 8-second cooldown, 20 energy. You can it also removes a Wild Instinct, just to make sure you can remove CCs as a monk as well. You also have Diffuse Magic. This is the talent I showed you earlier. It reduces the damage you take by 90% and clears all magical effects and reversing if possible. Not all spells, but some. 40-yard range. Lasts 6 seconds. This is what it looks like. And that's the it basically looks like a mage's refreshment table. So if you see that on a monk, just if you're a caster, stop attacking him. You basically won't deal any damage. Disable. This is basically our slow, a snare. It slows for 15 seconds, I think. Yeah. If you are within range of the monk as it's about to expire, it will automatically, without having to do anything, it will reapply. That's probably why you see monks like it always resets at the very end. It's not like they're timing it. It's just it just happens to be that way. If they are too far away, it will not replenish itself. They can also root. It basically took away hamstring root for warriors and gave it to monks. This does not have a cooldown actually, as I will show you as soon as it runs out. It does not have cooldown. You can just reapply it all the time, as much as you want. It does have a diminishing returns, so it will just get shorter and shorter. I think it's 4-second root in PvP, and 2 seconds and 1 second. But it's helpful if you want to peel. You can just keep rooting, basically how much you want until DR hits, basically free disable. Then you have Energizing Brew. This is very helpful. Say like Expel Harm. I'm gonna get into Expel Harm and Healing Sphere in a bit, but these cost quite a lot of energy, not very much, but if you use Energizing Brew, you can see my energy. It goes up very fast, and I can use a lot of these to heal a lot of damage. Basically just giving me either extra burst, as I can use it in burst as well, or a lot of healing. I usually actually use it in healing, because in PvP, normally when you're on targets, it's very rare that you get to actually utilize the full Energizing Brew, unless you're kiting, and in which case Healing Sphere and Expel Harm are just godlike for now. Then you have Expel Harm actually, this is basically it replaces Jab if you have taken enough damage. Because it will basically heal you for a set amount, and it will cause 50% of the damage healed as a damage. So if it won't deal damage if you're on full health, but if you're taking damage and you heal and it, like, say crits, like there, it's 38,000 without any procs or burst, it could crit for nearly 80,000, and that will deal 40,000 damage to an enemy. So that's basically just a lot stronger than jab, 8,000. So if they're taking damage, they will use Expel Harm, and it will heal them for a lot of damage, because a monk can heal a lot of damage. I will get into that later, but let me just say, their healing is just ridiculous. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to make this video into, I'm gonna have to re-record another time, so if you see like it cuts in the middle, I'm sorry, but I can't record for longer than 10 minutes. After that we have we have Fist of Fury. This is basically one of the monk's stuns. He will, with free chi, he will stun you for 4 seconds, I think. If you trinket this, it basically just pummels you for like 5 times, I think. If you trinket this, it will stun you again. Basically, it will share diminishing returns, but it will stun you again. So be very careful when you trinket the Fist of Fury, because chances are you're gonna get stunned again, unless you're a warrior and you pop like parry, or a rogue and pop like dodge. Flying Serpent Kick. This is one of the abilities which many people complain about. It just sends you flying very, very far. I think it's 50 yards. I'm pretty sure it's 50 yards. It's an extremely good kind of charge. It does stop you halfway if you get rooted or stunned, so gotta be careful with that, but other than that, it's just amazing, and you can stop whenever you want. You don't have to go the entire flying serpent. You can stop, and it will basically do an AoE, does a little bit of damage, and it slows them for 70% for 4 seconds. Fortifying Brew. This is basically our shield wall. Not as effective, but it increases your health by 20%. So if they have kind of a rallying cry and parry, I guess, except without the parrying, and just the damage reduction into one ability. So they will probably use it once they're really low to get that extra health up and take a little bit of damage. Now this doesn't mean you should stop attacking them, it just means they will take a little less damage. Grapple weapon, this is, I can't use it against a dummy because it's disarm, but you probably know already what a disarm is. So it increases the damage or healing they do by 5% if they steal a better weapon. It says healing damage or damage taken, so I think it's spec related. So if a Windwalker can't get 5% reduced damage taken, just damage increase, and if it doesn't steal a better weapon, basically. So for example, if I were to steal someone who has like tier 2 weapons, I will get an extra damage, but if I steal the same weapon I have, I won't deal any extra damage. Then we have Healing Sphere. This is what people have been severely underestimating. I will show you exactly how much I can heal with this ability, just flying up and dropping down and losing health. This ability can heal for absurd amounts. Basically in combat, if you any Rising Brew, you can just spam these and they just heal you for incredible amounts. That was without burst. It scales with attack power, so I can get a lot of healing done. They each heal like 30,000 non-critted, but if they crit, they will basically crit with twice the amount, so they can heal amazing. The same goes for Expel Harm and Sheer Wave. It's just so much healing, and if they're cutting you, you're probably not going to get them down, unless you have like a really nice burst and you stun them down without their trinket up. Invoke Sven, the White Tiger. This is basically the tiger I was talking about. I can pop burst and just show the damage. Oh shit. There we go. This is basically his damage. That's the AoE I'm talking about. It deals about 9,000 non-crit. It will basically do that all the time. That's what I mean by standing next to him. You will basically break all CC. He's a monster like that. You can't dismiss him. You can't control him at all. He will just be there and destroy your CC. So that's basically what the tip I can give you. If he's up, just stay near your partner. So basically you're both unCCable, unless it's like a Hex or Fear, which doesn't seem to break on damage. Then you have Jab. This is basically our backstab or Sinister Strike or Mutilate or whatever you want to call it. Basically it builds up our chi. so we can use the finisher. That's basically all it is. It's just costs 40 energy, that's about it. And there goes the limit. Leg sweep, I'm going to try to finish this fast. Basically an AoE stun, 5 seconds, 45-second cooldown. 5-yard range, so they will probably try to keep you slowed in order to land it. If you see them do an animation like this, except without the green, that's basically he missed the leg sweep, so keep that in mind. Legacy buffs, these are basically the buffs that a monk has. They are Legacy of the Emperor and Legacy of the White Tiger. One is a wild, Mark of the Wild, basically. Increases your strength, agility, and intellect by agility, sorry, by 5%, and it increases your critical chance by 5%. So basically, like Honor Among Thieves, or what it used to be in Rampage for Fear Warriors, as well as what it used to be. Paralysis. This is basically what I was talking about. If you stand in front of them, it will incapacitate them for 30 seconds in PvE, but 4 seconds in PvP. Basically 30 seconds, and if I land it from behind, it will last for a minute, so it will be twice the duration, so 8 seconds in PvP. So if they have, it's very hard to land on people lagging in PvP, but if they just stun you, they can still easily land from behind. So you will probably see a lot of paralysis chained into a leg sweep, or the other way around. Path of Blossoms, this is kind of a fun ability, but it's not really that useful. It deals a little damage. I'm not even sure it attacks. No, it doesn't attack yellow. It works as a stealth detection, but I would probably just use no mind. I would probably just use Spinning Crane Kick for now. Resuscitate, this is basically our rest. Not much to say about that. Rising Stun Kick, this is our main attack. This is the strongest attack Monk has, probably. It deals quite a lot of damage in bursts, full burst, and procs. I can probably deal close to 300,000 on a dummy. The highest hits I've seen in PvP is like 150 to 200 something. On bad geared, of course, unless it's a mage or warlock, then maybe I can do 150 on with full burst. Roll, this is basically the roll. It has a 20-second cooldown, unless you spec into celerity, and yeah, he has 2 charges or 3. That's basically it for roll. It doesn't require target. It takes you quite far. You can, for example, see the speed. Say Flying Serpent Kick, 450%. That just shows how fast that is. Roll is 303%, so it's a little faster than Mount, and Flying Serpent Kick is even faster than an Epic Mount. I think. Then you have Spear Hand Strike. This is basically our kick. It has a gag order effect, 4-second silence, very strong, very easily chained into a stun or something, or maybe even paralysis to wait it back so they can drop you again. It only drops for 5 seconds. It's a very strong kick, if used right. If they can change you into silence, you're in deep trouble. Spinning Crane Kick, this is basically our AoE. This is what I use to kick out rogues from stealth. You can actually cancel arrow it. I have a cancel arrow right here. Quite useful if you're a monk. Since it does slow you down, and if you kick out someone and you want to attack the right way, you can just cancel it and attack right away. Spinning Fire Blossom. This is an ability people severely underestimate. I use the glyph, so I don't have to. So I just need a target, so I can just lob these away, and you see the damage without popping anything except dancing steels. It does a lot of damage. I can crit close to 100k on geared people with this. So it's very underestimated. However, we can't build combo points other than Expel Harm on distance. So basically, if we kite like this, we absolutely have to build them again with Expel Harm, and then we have to get close again to get any back. Tiger Palm. This is basically our Colossal Smash. It can be up 100% of the fight. Nothing you can do about it, but just letting you know, they ignore armor, so they're strong against plate users. Tiger's Lust. This is basically the ability I was talking about. You can use it on a friend. It removes snares and roots, so that's basically it. It doesn't last very long, so if he uses it and he gets out of roots or slows, you should probably slow him again to make sure he doesn't run away too far. Tiger Eye Brew. This is basically our burst.